Alright everybody, we are hopping into the 200% level 10 links showcase video here for this physical, Spirit Bomb Goku from the Turles movie. This is a sub-EZA from the AGL Turles EZA. We do have him here at level 10 links. We've got him EZA'd. I have not changed his build up from whenever I initially rainbowed him. So this is what we're rocking. I don't plan to really ever use this guy unless he's needed for a mission or something. So I didn't really throw any equips on him. No need to waste those right on a character that I'm probably never going to use. This is his passive. You can go ahead and take a look at that if you want to. You can pause, read it, do whatever you need to do. My recommendation anytime you're watching a showcase that I'm doing is to just pull the character up on the side or something if you can, and just follow along their kit, as I'm talking about it, because I'll probably make references to it, but I'm not going to do a full breakdown until the end of the videos. So all we need to really know about this guy right here is that he is a nuker. And that's pretty much all we need to know. He is supporting. He does support Power of Wishes category allies, attacking defense 30%, which is nice. For a sub-EZA, that's just a nice little extra ability that they gave him, which is pretty good. So he does create key spheres. You can see here we have a lot of, rainbow, or we do have a lot of physical key spheres here. I am going to throw him in slot 1. I don't think we're getting anything extra from being in there. You probably don't want to put this guy in slot 1, but I'm afraid, this guy might go crazy or something, so we're just going to put him in slot 1 right here and see how he does. Now, as far as calcs for this guy, it's pretty difficult, just because it's going to change wildly depending on how many orbs you collect on a given turn. So the best way I can tell you for how to calculate him is to just grab the orbs that you want. In this case, we grabbed 9 orbs. Take a look at his defense right here. And I believe the only multiplicative buff that he gets in his, from his kit is the 30% that he gets on super attack. So right here we're at 401, 547. So you just multiply that by 1.3. And he'll be at 522k defense here post super attack. If he were to double super, you would do 401, 547, multiplied by 1.6, and he would be at 642, 475 post super attack here. So that's all you have to do to calculate this guy's defense. Collect his orbs, see what he's at, multiply by 1.3 for 1 super attack, or 1.6 for 2 super attacks. So that is how you're going to calculate this guy right here. Let's go ahead and grab everybody else their orbs on this rotation. We'll see what attack stat he shoots out here. He gets 25% attack and 50% defense and a 5% chance to crit per key sphere that he collects. And if you are under 59% HP, he gets an additional 25% attack per key sphere that he obtains. And then he also changes another type of key sphere other than int or physical to physical, which is nice. So pretty good. He becomes basically a double orb changer. He gets an extra 25%, so then he gets a total of 50% attack on super attack and then 50% defense, for whenever your HP is under 59%. Oh, by the way, that last turn we did have Bulma's support up, so just something to keep in mind here. I am going to come back whenever we have that guy on rotation again. Sorry, I missed his super attack damage. Hopefully you guys saw it and, made an assessment. But I was reading the character's kit whenever it popped up. We'll be back in just a second with more footage of him. Alright, we got another rotation here. Unfortunately, we did not KO the Vegeta last turn. I was trying to save, you see all these rainbow key spheres? Those were all physical key spheres. And, this rat bastard right here changed them to rainbow, unfortunately. I was trying to save those, I was hoping that we could get a good rotation, because this was going to be a rotation here with all 7 links active. And, we do have Gohan here giving 50% defense support as well. So, again, I was hoping that we could get some a good turn here, but, now I'm not sure, because I'm pretty sure, both of these units right here would just KO this guy before we could even do anything. Just because, if I could get this guy a 12-key super attack, maybe we could do it, but no. Instead, we're going to have to do this. Now, what do we want to do? Who do we actually want to leave on rotation? Maybe Gohan. We'll lose out on Prepared for Battle, but we'll gain Z Fighters, All in the Family, which All in the Family is an important defensive link, so I do think I want to leave Gohan on rotation instead. Notice how his defense in the middle is at 222k right here. That is because he's getting Prepared for Battle and All in the Family. If I move him here, and he's just getting All in the Family, he drops to 213. And if I move him here, he drops to 186. So, we'll keep Gohan on rotation. He is giving the nice support. We can grab 8 orbs right there. We can see that he is at 458k defense here. Again, just multiply that by 1.3, and that is his defense post super attack. So what is that? 458, 911, multiplied by 1.3. So he'll be at about 600k defense here post super attack. Let's go ahead and grab Gohan some orbs, and we can just give whatever to this guy. I do have God Goku. No, I think I have the GT Duo coming onto this rotation, so I either have God Goku or the GT Duo coming onto this rotation. I can't remember exactly who. Maybe it's God Goku. There we go. I didn't even see his attack stat number. I feel like it popped up in half a second, and I didn't even see it. All right, we'll be right back in just a second. All right, here we go. This should be a pretty good rotation here for Goku. Let's see if we get some good orb changing. We do. Okay, that's pretty good. We can go ahead and throw Gohan here in slot 1. He should be able to handle this God Vegeta right here. So here he is. He's at 222k defense here. We do have all prepared for battle active this time. The only thing we're missing out on is Saiyan Warrior Race and Experienced Fighters. Those are just attack. We don't really worry about those too much here. Let's go ahead and grab Gohan, these orbs right here. See if we can drop some more of those physical orbs down for us. So we can get 10 orbs right here for Goku. Let's go ahead and give him those. And we are up to 542k defense right here. Again, what we want to do is just take 542, 026, and we want to multiply by 1.3. 1.3 is the magic number. We will be at 705k defense here, you know, give or take about, you know, technically, if you want to get technical, I mean, you know, listen, 704, 633, that's what he's at. But can I round? Can I round and say that's about 705k? Is that allowed, guys? That is pretty good, you know, for a sub EZA. I mean, it's not the best ever, but, you know, I'd say that that's pretty decent considering he's also supporting. I would say that that's pretty good. Now, I didn't give God Goku any crazy orbs because I do want to kind of make these fights last a little bit longer so that I can get a good showcase going here. Hopefully, Ultimate Gohan doesn't go crazy. I didn't see if he was guarding or not, so hopefully he wasn't. Oh, no, he might have been. Gohan, no, don't go crazy. Okay, that's good. That's good. God Vegeta. Oh, goodness, he was. This Gohan, I don't really like him because he's not consistent. Like I've said, the most important thing for me, guys, is consistency. Oh, he's at a 5.75 million attack set here. There we go. I actually saw it for once. Okay, God Vegeta, you can... Okay, we're having a dodge off. But that Ultimate Gohan, you know, he's not very consistent, which is why I don't like him. I've said this in a couple of videos recently, but what I value more than anything in a character is consistency, because I know what I'm getting out of them, you know? It's like I'm not hopping into a fight hoping for them to perform well. I know exactly how a unit's going to perform if they have good consistency, so... what do I want to do here? Probably just float this guy off again, that's fine. We can grab these orbs right here for Bulma, and we will be right back in a second. Alright, one thing I've noticed is that we have not been able to take damage in this fight so far, which is interesting. You know, this guy does get the extra 25% damage per orb whenever he... Or 25% damage... 25% attack per orb whenever your HP is 59% or less. You can see that right here, right? Oh, well, maybe. Right there. Right there. There we go. So yeah, it goes up to 50% attack per orb if he's, you know, under that HP threshold. But unfortunately, we have not been able to get that as of yet in the video. There's another 8 orbs. It seems like pretty consistently we've been able to get him a nice chunk of orbs here. So let's go ahead and grab this and see how he does on this rotation. I forgot to check how many links he has activated here, but I mean, it's not a huge deal. We're probably going to see about that same 5.5 million number. Remember that this entire time we have had Bulma support up, you know, this entire time. And also now Gohan is here giving 50% support as well, so... And All in the Family, which is a very important defense link. So, you know, that is something to just kind of, like, keep in the back of our minds here. So he's up to a 6 million attack stat right here, linked next to the GT Duo, with Ultimate Gohan on rotation, Bulma support up, all that good jazz. All right, very nice. I probably have too much crit in this guy. Again, I just didn't want to change up his build from whatever I, you know, initially gave it to him. But, you know, we've been able to pretty consistently get him, like, 8 orbs, and he does get 5% chance to crit per key sphere obtained. So it's like, you know, if you get him 8 orbs, that's a 40% chance to crit, right? You probably don't need to give this guy much crit. I just did, again, because that's what I gave him originally. You know, back whenever, like, this guy's pre-EZA kit, if you just want to see this, this is his pre-EZA kit right here. My thing's a little messed up from another video that I was doing, but... You know, that's his pre-EZA kit. Forgive me for giving him just like a generic crit build, you know, back then. Alright, oh, right, I forgot to press pause, my bad. All right, here we go. This will be probably the final rotation of the video here. So we've got Goku here with all 7 links activated. Again, he is getting Bulma support. He's getting defense support from this guy. This is that same rotation we had earlier. But this time, hopefully we're actually going to be able to get Goku some orbs. Looks like there are plenty of orbs right here on the field for us to get. Looks like we can grab 11 orbs here. That is very nice. Unfortunately, we were never able to get him below the HP threshold in this video to see him with his extra attack per orb. But it doesn't really matter too much, right, guys? Like, attack numbers are attack numbers. We're here to see, like, I don't know. It's a showcase, right? I mean, whatever happens at a showcase. I don't know. What's the point? Like, HP conditions, inconsistent. I'm not worried about it. This guy's a sub-easy A. You guys go ahead. You get him under 59% HP, and you let me know how hard he's hitting under 59% HP. But yeah, I'm just, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good on all that. All right, Gohan, please. I mean, buddy, listen. This is like the best you've ever looked for me. Let's calm down, man, and let's give... Like, I never use you because every time I do, you fail me. Here he is at about a 7 million attack stat, and I didn't even check his defense on this turn, so who knows? It's a terrible showcase all around. But he was over a 50% chance to crit there, because what did we get? 11 orbs or just 10? He was either at 50 or 55% chance to crit. I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, he's pretty good. He's supporting. He's getting up to respectable defense levels. If you needed to use this guy for like a Power of Wishes mission, you definitely could. So let me know what you guys think about this physical Goku, and let's go ahead and move into the breakdown. Alright, this is Rising to the Challenge Goku. His leader skill is Physical type Ki +3, HP attack and defense 50%, and Int type enemies attack and defense down 43%. That means if you know of a fight that is just like mono Int, you can run 2 of these guys and do some shenanigans, I know there are some people out there who like to do that. Assuming that the enemy can have their attack lowered, though, that is the important thing, is that this only works if they can have their attack lowered. This isn't like, what is it, Physical Boda Magetta, who has like the 40% damage reduction or whatever on his leader skill, who you can run 2 of them in any fight in the game and just like, cheese it. This guy, they have to be, Int type, and they have to have their attack lowered. If they are immune to attack lowering, this, leader skill won't work. But, maybe you guys, if you guys have ever done any gimmick shenanigans with this, you guys let me know down in the comments below. His super attack is the Spirit Bomb Extreme. Causes supreme damage to the enemy, greatly lowers defense, and raises allies' defense by 30% for 1 turn. I forgot that this was actually an allies raise right here. I thought that it was just himself. But, this could be good. Maybe help out your slot 3 unit a little bit. I think it's going to be pretty rare that you're ever running this guy in slot 1 to get the full benefit for the rotation of this. If this was 2 turns, that would be really crazy. But, maybe you're running this guy in slot 2 and you're just getting a nice little extra 30% to your unit in slot 3. Sometimes you're floating off like a weak unit, and maybe that extra 30% defense can really help them out. So, I mean, that's all right. His passive skill, Energy of the Tree of Might, changes Int Ki spheres to physical. He gets 2 Ki and attack and defense plus 130% at the start of turn. Power of Wishes category allies get 30% attack and defense. That does include him, so essentially he's getting 160% at the start of turn. And then he gets an additional 25% attack and 50% defense and a chance of performing a critical hit plus 5% per Ki sphere obtained. So we saw pretty regularly that we were getting about 8 Ki spheres. That's an extra, 400% defense that he was getting at the start of turn, and an extra 200% attack or whatever it was. So, that's pretty good. The only unfortunate thing about this guy is that he doesn't really have any multiplicative parts of his passive. If I were to use him on maybe like a pure Saiyans team with like that Tech Vegeta who gives support, he could maybe make this guy look a little bit more juicy because he does give the multiplicative support. If you're able to get some like active skill support around this guy, or like somebody like that Tech Vegeta who's giving like a multiplicative passive support, it could really help supercharge this guy, because right now all of his boosts are just start of turn. But if you get, other than this defense right here, like this is a multiplicative defense, but all of this right here is just start of turn. Well, I guess this as well. So yeah, everything in his passive here is start of turn, so he's not getting any multiplicative passives. Where these units start getting like really crazy is whenever they get like multiplicative stuff going on in their passives. So, you get some multiplicative support around them, active skills, whatever it is, these guys can really start putting out some crazy stats and numbers and everything. If you are under 59% HP, that's what this is right here. He randomly changes Ki spheres of a certain type, Int and Physical excluded, to Physical Ki spheres, and then he gets an additional 25% attack per Ki sphere. Again, we did not see this in the video. Oh, and he gets it for 3 turns. We did not see this in the video because we were not able to take damage, but, just imagine that he was hitting, a lot harder whenever we were getting those, so. His link skills are Z fighters, all in the family, in fighter, experienced fighters prepared for battle, Saiyan warrior race, and fierce battle. Pretty standard, like, base Goku link set right here. All in the family is an important defensive link, so make sure you're getting this guy link leveled. These are his categories, and these are his 200% leaders. You can see he does have several 200% teams, and he is a support unit for Power of Wishes, so he's all right for a sub EZA. I think this guy is pretty good. I think he meets expectations of a sub EZA. It seems like he's able to get up to a defensive level that can tank normals across a lot of events, and he's providing grade 8 Turles is a key battery. Well, this guy's just a nice little support unit, so I'll definitely take that out of this guy. Honestly, between this guy and the LR that they're going to release in part 2, this guy probably has more value to most players. I mean, also he's just available free in the general pool and has been around since 2018 right here. So he's 5 years old. There's a decent chance that you have him in your box, and now you just got a free support unit for Power of Wishes. I mean, that's pretty good, right, guys? You can get up to, what are we seeing, like 600k, 700k defense. I think that's pretty good. For a sub EZA. I don't think that's good for the new Dokkan Fest exclusive, but for a sub EZA, literally you can just have this guy for free in your box rainbowed, just from getting him from the general banner pool for the past 5 years. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So I think that, they really did a good job in this Turles celebration of the characters that they released. I do want to a lot of times this year, Dokkan has really fumbled the character releases, but I do think all of the characters released during this Turles celebration have clear purpose and design, which I think is important to note. Could Turles be better? For sure. I think if Turles had 40% damage reduction, 50%, he'd be a lot better. But overall, it's the characters that they released, they're not losers. It's this is a B plus, in terms of character releases. You go look at that Super Trunks celebration, and that is they released a ton of characters, and they all suck. They are really, really bad. You look at these guys, and you're I mean, they're all right, for what they are, they're pretty good. So I do want to, note that in Dokkan, right? It's here's his linking partners. It's just a bunch of Gokus. Who cares? But just he does have a farmable super attack, by the way. There's a million different base Gokus. The easiest one to grind is this right here, the version Z Goku. Just go to the Dragon Ball Story section. If we go to events here, Dragon Ball Stories, and then it is this one, a new threat, the Saiyan warrior race. One of these stages drops a Goku. I don't remember which one it is, but one of these drops a TUR Goku. Maybe it's this one. Does it tell me what it drops? No, it doesn't. Okay, well, one of these stages, you guys can look at it in game. It drops the TUR of this Goku, so you can grind that up and get this guy's super attack up pretty easily. But no, if we go over here to cards and we look at the characters released during the celebration, if I just sort by release date, this free-to-play Turles right here, he's pretty decent, and he hasn't EZA'd yet, which is nice. A lot of the times they release these free-to-play units and they EZA them immediately. Well, this Turles, they haven't EZA'd him yet, and he has, the nice makings of a decent kit, it's he has, attack and defense here, which is good. He's got attack and defense here. He's got defense on super attack in his passive. He has, a debuff, which is nice for, Super Battle Road. He has a stun, which is good for Super Battle Road. He has a chance to guard when facing 2 or more enemies. It feels like they gave this guy clear purpose. He has a chance to dodge when the enemy's in the attack down status. This feels like a character that if they gave him a decent EZA, he could be pretty good and have a clear defined role. So I like that from a free-to-play unit. Cacao and Diaz, I'm not a huge fan of, but they're okay. Amand and Raisin are an amazing slot 1 tank. They really help Turles out. They're a nice key battery. They support. Amazing release here. And then, the sub EZAs are pretty good. So let me know what you guys think about, just this celebration in general, this EZA Goku who we saw in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next time.